I made you coffee or tea. There you go. Here's yours. Cheers. My second cup for the day. It's almost noon. I've got a really good show for you today. But first, I'm going to read you a letter. I do get email quite a bit. And if you go on minivanlee.com, there's a form letter that you can write to me. It's easy to write that way. And ask me questions or tell me your story. A lot of you tell me your story. But this one, I received this probably about a month ago, and I've been kind of holding it with all that's been going on in my life the past month. But let me read this to you because I think it is very relevant to how a lot of us feel about starting out in the nomad life. It says, I'm writing to you, Minivan Lee, because I want to be a nomad, and I want to start looking for a van so that I can live the life that you live. But I'm so afraid of being on my own out there without anybody else to help me. It just seems like it would be hard to not have my family there or my friends if anything bad happened. And then she says, is there any advice you can give me on how to overcome being afraid? And she says, Lee, are you ever afraid to do different things? Are you ever scared out there when you're traveling or when you're parked at night? Sometimes, I guess. She said, then she goes on, I know that sometimes you park on the street or at parks, but do you ever become scared? Do you ever have to stay awake at night? Can you help me with this problem? And she says, thank you. Wow, yeah, that kind of hit home because I have a feeling that a lot of people feel this way. They're afraid. And I know this is from a female out there. And I know that in a lot of ways, females, especially in our generation or in mine, because I know a lot of you are young out there. So I don't know if you feel the same way. Let me know in comments. That we're kind of brought up to feel like we need a protector. Boys, when I was growing up, boys were treated just a little bit differently. And girls were kept home a little bit more. And we were made to feel that we were vulnerable out there and that we needed a protector, and it's a very dangerous world out there, you know, so. Am I ever afraid? There was one incident that I did talk about. I was parked in Reno at a casino, and I got out of my car to get something, and another car was parked real close to me. And it was just that perfect storm. He got out and I got out at the same time. There's only like this much space between us. And he looked at me and I looked at him. And I could tell this little sparkle in his eye like, oh, we got a pretty little lady going on here. And he wanted to make conversation. And I obliged him only because I wanted to check him out. If he's parked really that close to me, I wanted to know who he was, what kind of character he was. So I talked a little bit, and then finally he wanted to go in and have coffee, and I declined from doing it. But I remember I did get my firearm out, and I kept it real close here, just in case. I didn't move. Yeah, although I wouldn't want to use it. Every bullet has a price, so you don't want to just be willy-nilly with it. But I felt just a little bit safer with it there. This is good. So how do you overcome being afraid? It really depends on how much you want to be a nomad. If you really think this lifestyle is for you, then you're going to have to just overcome it. You're going to have to get out of your comfort zone and just do it. That's the only advice for being afraid. There's a wonderful song, and I love this song by Josh Groban called Brave. And if you go listen to this, either on YouTube or it's for free on YouTube, I'm sure. You can see the official video, but listen to the words. Yeah, you just have to, in the face of not knowing what you're doing or how it's all going to turn out, you just go for it. You just open your hands and let everything come in that you want. Everything, being out of your comfort zone can be frightening and it can be very uncomfortable, but you just have to go for it and you just have to do it. If there's any other advice, let me know in comments. Any instance when you were afraid, but you did it anyways. I'll tell it over and over. When I first got my van, because I know, I was parked in my backyard, really close to my back door. It was this big yard, mostly caliche. Excuse me, coffee herbs here. And I pulled it up real close, and I was so anxious. I just wanted to sleep in it overnight. So I pulled some blankets out. I put it down all the seats. It was my minivan, my 2006. We remember that one. And I put down all the seats, and I pulled out my pillows and my blankets and put them in there, and I slept for the night. And I was in my backyard, and I slept with one eye open. I just kept waking up and looking out. Yeah. So the first time is always going to be a little frightening. I was even in my backyard. I can't imagine going camping and driving and parking at a truck stop or a rest stop for the first night. Oh my gosh. So I know what that feels like. You're afraid. But the second night, who cared? I went out there and slept in the second night. Didn't care. Now people say, do you wake up at night and look around? Well, if I hear a weird noise, I suppose I do. Or I feel like if somebody touches your van on the outside, it kind of rocks a little bit. So yeah, that would wake me up. But I'm telling you, I sleep through the night. I sleep so well inside my minivan. So if that's your concern, most of our concerns are parking at night. That's the scariest part. But if you think about it, in your home, when you're in your home, look at all the windows and the doors that you have. I had 3 doors in my house, uber amount of windows. So yeah, I mean, somebody can get through the window. Somebody can come through the door, the front door, and I'm in the back of the house. So you're going to hear everything inside your rig where you might not in your house. And, so seriously, it's better not to be afraid. And here's another tip that this is my new mantra. Good things are coming my way, and good things are coming your way. That doesn't mean that when you're out in your minivan that somebody's going to come and try to break in. No, good things are coming your way. Always expect the best outcome, and you will get it. What you hold in your head, you will hold in your hand. I firmly believe that. Yes. So, that's my letter that I received, and I thank you so much for it, Debbie. Thank you so much for that. And it can be scary. Life itself can be scary. Being a nomad is just one more bridge you need to cross. And just go ahead and do it. Okay, so I've got a really good show for you today. We're going to talk about a tire inflator. Somebody sent me one and I really liked it, so hold on for that one. And then I want to talk about how to handle a jury summons. And also, how do I tie down everything in my minivan? That was another question. How do I do that? So let's get on with that. But first, neck gaiters, arm gaiters. They're on sale at minivanlee.com, and I've also got a few bundles going on where you can they're bundled, a little bit cheaper to get both. And so go there and see all the different colors and all the different colors of arm gaiters that are available for you. They're very fashionable. And what you can do, mine is, it's drying out a little bit, but I wet them. And these are the most comfortable neck gaiters ever on the planet, possibly. I've told you, they're very thin, and they're so lightweight. You can actually, some of you are wearing them for hair bands, putting them around your wrist. This is your cooling pad. I have a Chill Pal, and this one keeps my neck as wet or better than the Chill Pal. Why? Because these don't sag. They stretch out to put on and off, but they go back and they hang against your neck. What I found with the Chill Pals, they're too big. And when they're wet especially, they just sag down. No, I want them to be around my neck. I don't want them down around my chest. So these are the best. I found them, and I am keeping the orders coming so that you can keep your orders coming for them. Okay, so let's go on to the tire pressure. This is a great piece of equipment to carry with you, and it's lightweight and it's not that expensive. So let's go see that, okay? Hey y'all, tires. Got my new minivan. I call her Faith. Or him. I think, why can't a girl have a guy car? He's Faith. It's my car. That's my man. Yeah. Okay. An air pump from VacLife. Yes. They asked me to review this. Now, I want to review things that we all can use. It's pretty lightweight too, and guess what? I have not opened this yet. This is totally closed, so I'm going to do this in real time. There we go. Let's see what we got here. Go. He's down. Got the cord. $12 volts. Here's a side note. Whenever I buy a new accordion windshield cover, reflector, deflector, I always save the old one. I throw then the oldest one away and save this because they make a great surface for when I'm outside, and then I can just fold it up. And it's so smooth that I can just shake off the dust and the grit. So let's put this on here. So we've got my two cords. I don't know if it has a gauge, so I brought my gauge out. It's taped down. Get rid of the tape. Okay, this goes up. Okay, so here's what you attach it to. Extra fuses, and let's see what's in here. Okay, the fuse is for the 12 volts, the cigarette lighter plug. A quick start guide. Okay, I've got it plugged into my Jackery. Then you push the R button. Oh, okay. Now the target, oh, they see the target. Now, if it's recommended to shut off the appliance 10 minutes between every with every 8 minutes of using it. Okay, so this looks pretty easy. Target is going to be 36. It says 35, but my target, I'm going to make it 36. I've been using Discount Tire for a long time, and I've talked to those guys for years. Because of the heat coming up, as the day wears on, it's going to go up, and it can go up to 38. That's fine, but 36 is fine for now. Let's see what we got here. It's going slow. I knew my tires were low. I was out in Quartzsite. I haven't been to Discount Tire yet. It's going slow. But I wanted to not pump them up until I tried this out. They were at like 23. Oh my God. I knew they looked a little low. I could get better gas mileage, right? Go away from there. But see why I have that old accordion windshield cover? It's perfect. And then it folds up so nice and it's so lightweight that I can just put everything on there without getting grit and everything. So it's going. It's going to be a while and it's kind of noisy. But it's called VacLife. It's very lightweight. It looks like it's working fine to do all of my tires. It's going to take a while. And especially they said I should time it. After 8 minutes, you should let it cool down. So it would take a while in order to do all of my tires if they were low like this. I should have checked them as soon. I've been in Tucson for a week. I should have went to Discount Tire. But like I said, I wanted to do this and yeah. So VacLife, pretty darn cool. I like that it's lightweight. I like that it's doing it. And I like that it allows me to have a plug. Because, you know, AC does sometimes work better. And it goes faster. So let's go check out and see how much I have now. It's at 29. It's going pretty good. It's a beautiful day out today, isn't it? And there's my man, there's my, I'm kidding. There's my red minivan. It's a 2014 Kia Sedona. I guess Kia and me, we're like connected, aren't we? It stops as soon as it has reached proper pressure. So I'm gonna let this, they said to let it cool down a little bit. Yeah, it does feel a little warm. See what else it has to say. Okay, so yeah, I like that you can plug it in. It says, attention, it is recommended to connect only the wire that needs to be used. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. How to measure tire pressure. So this will actually just measure it for you. It doesn't always mean that's gonna, you need air to put in it, but once you connect it in, it'll tell you what the pressure is. So attention, for 12 volt DC and 110 AC only, please note that this appliance will only work if the real-time tire pressure is greater than the preset tire pressure. Oh, it will not work if the real-time pressure is greater. Yeah. It is recommended to connect only the wire that needs to be used. Okay. Okay, I won't do any other wire that doesn't need to be. Don't let children touch or use this appliance. Don't expose the appliance to rain. Hands should not be wet. Okay. Do not use this appliance for large cars like truck, vans, or off-road vehicles. Okay, so this is more for cars. It says tire pressure that's greater than 50 psi. If you need tire pressure greater, like a Pro Ram or something like that, yeah. These would be for SUVs and regular cars or minivans only. When inflating, they do have other products that I will put up here that they might actually work for that, but we'll see. When inflating with car power supply, remember to start the engine. Okay. Do not turn on the power without attaching the air chuck to the tire valve. Otherwise, the fuse may blow out during the condition of no load working. Oh, so you want to actually connect it, then turn it on? Yeah, because there's fuses that could blow. It is recommended to shut off the appliance and let it cool for 5 to 10 minutes between every 8-minute use to prolong the lifespan. So that's what I'm doing. I'm letting it cool down. Attention, experiments show that gas of the tire pressure will escape when the air nozzle is removed, which may lead to a decrease. Okay. Considering that, VacLife designed a unique function which allows the tire pressure 0.5 to 2 psi greater than the preset pressure after air compressor automatically shuts off. In this way, the compressor may cause a reasonable range of tire pressure error, and your car will stay in the safe condition with it. Well, thank you, VacLife. That's pretty good. The recommended tire pressure is most commonly located on a sticker inside the driver's door. If not, you can usually find the specs in the owner's manual. VacLife. Well, I think it's cooled off now. Let's go do the driver's side. I really like this, I really do. Thank you, VacLife, and I will leave the link, and I'll link their website link also. You can get this on Amazon. Okay, VacLife. It's starting to get warm out here. I got to go in and change, but before I do, I want to give you an exercise of the day. And I haven't done this for a while, but I was reminded on a website about this. So, here we go. If you can do it, and I'm going to put a disclaimer, don't do this if you don't think you can, because I'm not going to be responsible. So, but if you think you can do this, then do it. For tightening everything up. Just use your car. Okay. Put your feet down. Hold it for as long as you can. Whoa. That was as long as I could, but I think you have to work into it. Let's do it again. Lean your back. Go. Wow. Okay. We'll keep working on that together, okay? Okay. Welcome. I turned on my fan. I hope you don't mind there's a little bit of a hum going on. I have got to spray down. Oh yeah. I just spray it down. Or I dunk it in water, but since I already have it on, I'm going to spray it down. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, feels good. I got my fan going. Get that blowing right on me here. I've got my humidifier going too. So yeah, let me just spray everything down. It's hot today. It's gonna cool down the next couple days, like tomorrow. It's gonna cool down again, so. Okay. Coffee. Okay, jury summons. Well, if you do get a jury summons, here's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to call them and let them know that you're on the road and that you're on vacation, you're retired, and you won't be back for a few months. What they're going to tell you, most likely, I mean, I don't know exactly what they're going to tell you. I know what they've told me before, is that, okay, we'll get you marked off. When you come back, please contact us and let us know. There you go. I do know that in South Dakota, a lot of nomads have their domicile in South Dakota because it's like this huge system that they have going on. You start it, it's on the lower end. I forget what the name of the town is, but you just kind of show up there and let them know that you want to become a citizen of South Dakota. And so you spend one night, they'll give you options. I mean, they have cabins, they have places to park. If you have like a minivan, you just go park there. You pay for one night, you have a receipt, you bring it back to them, and you now are a citizen. You have lived there. You become a resident of South Dakota. They have mail forwarding for you. They'll help you get your car registered, your driver's license. Voting, they also have free, and you don't have to take classes. I don't know if it's free. I think I may have misspoke there, but I know you don't have to take classes for concealed carry. And it's just this whole system going on in South Dakota. But I do know that because they're doing it for us, that there's no jury summons. So if you want to do the South Dakota thing, the only problem I have with South Dakota is when it's time for you to renew your license. Now, you can probably renew your car registration online, but usually over 65, you have to show up for your driver's license. I think they want to check your eyes. So if your birthday falls in January, it could be snowing pretty darn hard up there. I could do it. My birthday's in June, so that's fine. If you, but it's something that you do need to consider. I always thought of that if you want to go with the South Dakota route, just think about that you may have to go up there during heavy snowfall and bitter cold, the frozen tundra. So I have received one jury summons, and I called them and I let them know that I'm retired and that I was on the road traveling and I wouldn't be back for a while. And they're not out to get you. They said, okay, well, contact us when you come back. Okay, well, yeah. That's about as easy as it can get. So that's how you deal with that. Now, talking about domicile, everybody needs a domicile. It's where your domicile is, where your address is, where your residence, where you claim as your residence. It's the state in which you, and the county in which you obey the laws, and with taxes, and just all of that, all that's included in that you're following those laws and those guidelines. My domicile is in Ohio because that's where my daughter is, and she handles my mail very well. Even though I have to go back to get this car registered, to me it's worth it because I know that she's going to handle my mail like an expert. She knows exactly how I vote, so she can handle that. She knows exactly what she knows the mail that comes through. She takes care of all my junk mail. She gets rid of that. And what she does is she takes a picture of anything that she's unsure of. And she's a pretty smart gal, and she knows her mom, and she knows what I might need. Only once or twice, she had to, I know, look at she had to send me something. But I just had her send it to a UPS store, and then I went and picked up the mail. And she got a tracking number, and it let me know when it was there. No big deal, and then I paid $5 for the letter. Easy. Okay, now, let's talk about tying everything down. When I drive, what is tied down? Well, not much. Not much. These are tied down. I do have these because these, I keep this tight. If this comes down, everything falls, all my drawers fall, all my blankets fall over, and it has before. If this is too loose, and if I put on my brake, every once in a while, this will come out, but it never falls. I try to keep the heavy stuff down here at the bottom. I don't know, that's about all that's tied down. Let's see over here. My bins here, these aren't tied down. They're just so heavy. I suppose if I was in a severe car accident, God forbid, and I don't plan on that, these could go, they would tumble. I used to have a bungee that went across here, and I clipped it to the handle here. I have thus gotten rid of it. It's just heavy. It's not going to go anywhere. It's really not. Now, I guess I do have some things held down. I've got this has a glue, a gel pad. It's like a glue pad, but it's a gel pad. This is, so this doesn't go down. This is held down by a glue pad. These are held down by glue pads. There's a glue pad. It's sticky, and I just push it down there. It doesn't want to fall. Yeah, this doesn't. And yeah. Now in the front here, this is the front. This is so heavy. Oh my gosh. This has like cans of food and things like that in it. This isn't going anywhere. This is heavy. So, no, I don't really have much tied down here. The only thing that I do have basically is my back bins, because they're 3 and they can come forward, and they have. One time in Quartzsite, oh my gosh, I must have had this really loose, and this gal in front of me, she stopped on a dime. Like, she put on her brakes and I had to put on mine. This whole thing went flying. When I got back on BLM land where we were parked, oh my gosh. Let's see. This must need to be. So, how am I keeping cool? Because it's like up to 90 degrees here. Well, I'm parked at a park, and I'm under solar panels. So I'm in the shade completely. Now, I did park out in the sun earlier today when I was doing my walking and I did my stretching and floor exercises. I did that over, and I was parked in the sun because I do need to still keep my solar that's on my roof, keep it in the sun so I can charge up. But basically when I'm in here, what I've been doing is bringing the window down just a little bit so I can get airflow. That's really important. I've really learned that lately, and I wasn't doing that the past couple years, but to bring my windows down a little bit so there can be a cross flow of wind. I've got my fan going. I've been wetting myself down, and I've got my humidifier going. Now, also with my, here's my Jackery. I wet, it's called a chill pad. It's very damp, it's very cooling. But I wet this down and I wring it out. There's no drippy water, and I drapes it over my Jackery. That way there can be like an evaporative cooler, because heat is one of the big killers of a power station, a lithium battery. Now this is like a small microfiber towel. It came with my set of towels. This is just damp, and I've got that kind of draped over just for a little bit of a cross breeze. So that's how I keep cool in the summer. This thing here, I drink lots of water. Drink water. And I've got my 5-year guarantee spray bottle. Yeah. Oh yeah. I just spray down. I keep it handy right here. Keep it handy. And I just spray myself down, and I got my fan. So when I'm sitting here, I might be editing a video, or I might be watching a movie or something like that. Yeah. I can just sit here and I can have the fan going, and I can just go like this when it's time. Yeah. It's like instant cooling. Yeah. And it's so dry here that I don't worry about mold or condensation. A lot of you do ask me about that. What do you do about condensation? I really don't do anything. I don't carry things around. Is that a bird? I don't carry things around that would soak that up. Some of you can get them at, you say you get them at like Dollar Tree, things like that. I don't do that. I never had a problem with mold ever. Probably because I usually am in the Southwest. Now I am going back to Ohio where it can be very moist, but I'm going to avoid April because that's when a lot of the rains go on. You know, April showers bring May flowers, right? So I'm anxious to go back and see my daughter and my and my son-in-law and my grandchildren. They've already got it planned out. They're going to go I'll get a hotel room. She's probably reserving it right now. But she knows that I'm going to be there, and she wants me to spend at least one night so they can go have some fun as a young couple. Yeah. So my grandson, he's going to be 3 years old. That's an important age. He's going to be 3. Or is it 4? I think it's 3. He's going to be 3 years old. And it's, he doesn't know me very well, but there was a point this year where I think it was in January, where I guess he kept telling my daughter, I want to talk to Grandma, I want to talk to Grandma. He doesn't know me that well. But so she would call me and I would talk to him on the phone. It was so cute. So he'll remember me. At 3, your memory starts taking effect. So he'll remember. And then I'm anxious to see my granddaughter. She'll be 8. Yeah. We're a lot alike. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey, listen, you guys. Thank you for watching my show. This is like a show today. Got little segments for you. And little letters, things like that. And please go to minivanlee.com and check out the neck gaiters, the arm gaiters, stickers, magnets, what have you. And if you have any more ideas of things that you want me to be on the lookout for like the best, one of you on the Facebook group, don't forget the Facebook group, Minivan Lee's Nomad Life, she asked me, she says, you know, Minivan Lee, it's really hard to find good hair things they're easy for your hair, but they hold. I agree. They're hard. And, you know, we're tired of the scrunchies, but we're tired of some of those ones that are so big. And I did find some that were really nice, and I can't find them anymore. So I'll be on the lookout for that, and I'll let you know when I find them. But if there's anything else you want me to be on the lookout for, something that is really hard to find, that we know we really want, but we can't find it, let me know, and I'll be on the lookout for that. And I'll get them on minivanlee.com so you can buy them. And please subscribe. Yes. It really helps me out. Give me the thumbs up. Thank you. Got the book, This Nomad, How to Live in a Minivan, the Minivan Lee Way. And then, of course, we've got This Nomad Life podcast with Minivan Lee. It was This Nomad Life with Lee and Paul, but Paul isn't doing it right now. For now, he'll be back. We'll have some episodes going on down the road. Don't count out Paul. And, you know, we're still really best friends. So don't worry about that. Oh, you guys broke up. We're still together as friends. Yes. So thank you guys all for watching. Thank you for watching it all the way through. Thank you for your orders for the neck gaiters. And just thank you for supporting me. Give me a super thanks if you want to. It's like a little tip. Give me a tip. Just pretend like I served you coffee, right? Okay. I love you guys. Bye.